Welcome to the video on funding a family member's retirement, where we'll weigh the trade-offs between simplicity and control while navigating tricky tax rules. To begin, we will set the stage by defining the core dilemma: whether to gift funds directly or to hold the assets yourself to maintain control. Next, we will examine practical approaches, explore legal and tax considerations, and conclude with a clear action plan. Along the way, we will also test your knowledge with quick quizzes and highlight key takeaways. In this agenda, we will first introduce the control dilemma. Then, we will look at the simplest solution: direct gifting. After that, we will discuss how to maintain control by earmarking investments and updating your estate plan. We will also cover why trusts are often overkill for typical monthly support. Furthermore, we will provide a practical action plan and call out pitfalls to avoid. To reinforce learning, we will include brief quizzes. And finally, we will wrap up with key takeaways and next steps. Before we proceed, here is an important disclaimer. This content is educational and does not constitute tax, legal, or investment advice. Because regulations, contribution limits, and tax thresholds change over time and can vary by jurisdiction, you should consult a qualified tax professional or estate planning attorney before making contributions or changing your estate plans. Since every family and financial situation is unique, professional guidance will help you avoid unintended tax or legal consequences. With that established, let us move forward. Here is the central dilemma. You may want to guarantee that your relative's future is secure, yet the way to accomplish that requires a choice. On the one hand, simplicity favors gifting, which relinquishes control. On the other hand, maintaining control requires keeping assets in your own name, which introduces delays and extra steps, like updating your estate plan. As we move forward, we will break down both paths and outline the implications. Direct gifting is the cleanest approach. If your relative has earned income, they can contribute to a Roth IRA, which is often the ideal vehicle due to tax-free growth and tax-free qualified withdrawals in retirement. You can give up to $18,000 per year per individual under the annual gift tax exclusion without complex reporting. The simplicity benefit is that you provide the funds while they manage the contribution and own the account. The trade-off is that you forfeit control. Therefore, you must trust that they will invest promptly and avoid spending the money. Now, let us examine the alternative that preserves control. This flowchart starts with a decision. Do you trust the recipient to invest responsibly now? If yes, you follow the gifting path and then check whether they have earned income to fund a Roth IRA. If they do, you encourage a Roth contribution. If not, you may support through a taxable account. If you do not trust their immediate stewardship, you keep the funds in your name, earmark investments for them, update your estate plan, and communicate milestones. The chart also reminds viewers to be mindful of gift limits and tax reporting thresholds. Let us compare the two approaches. Gifting is simple and fast, leverages the annual gift tax exclusion, and allows the recipient to own assets immediately and possibly fund a Roth IRA if they have earned income. However, it requires trust and discipline on their part. Conversely, maintaining control keeps the assets in your name, allows you to earmark investments, and requires you to update your will, trust, or beneficiary designations. This path delays their access, but provides more assurance the funds are invested as intended. It also introduces more administrative work. If you require assurance that the money is saved, retain ownership, and earmark a specific investment for them. Next, update your will, trust, or beneficiary designations so the asset transfers to your relative upon your death. Where available, use payable on death or transfer on death designations to streamline the transfer process. Additionally, communicate your intent and any milestones to avoid misunderstandings. This approach delays their access but provides you with greater assurance that the funds remain invested for their benefit. This table helps determine when a formal trust is necessary. For routine monthly support, establishing and maintaining a trust is often excessive. Earmarking assets and updating your estate plan is usually sufficient. However, for large inheritances, situations requiring strict long-term control, or for creditor, divorce, or spendthrift protections, a trust may be appropriate. Additionally, special needs planning typically requires a specialized trust structure. As we transition, we will discuss a concrete action plan. Here are the critical next steps. First, verify whether the recipient has earned income if you intend to fund a Roth IRA. Second, confirm the current IRA contribution limits and eligibility rules. Third, Decide whether you will gift now or keep control. If gifting, document expectations and encourage them to contribute immediately. If keeping control, earmark the holdings and update your will, trust, and beneficiary designations. Fourth, consult a tax professional or estate planning attorney before moving funds to ensure compliance. Lastly, set annual reminders to revisit the plan as circumstances and laws evolve. This pie chart visually represents a common preference split between simplicity and control. Many supporters favor simplicity, allocating a larger portion of their strategy to direct gifting. Others emphasize control to ensure the funds stay invested for their intended purpose. Your own ratio will vary based on trust, discipline, and specific goals. This timeline demonstrates a practical progression. Begin with a manageable monthly gift, reach a full Roth IRA contribution if eligible, modestly increase support over time, and periodically review your estate plan. The long-term milestone anchors your efforts and encourages consistency. Quiz time. Which condition must be met for your relative to contribute to a Roth IRA with your gifted funds? Option A. They must be over age 59 and a half. Option B. They must have earned income. Option C. You must co-own the account. Option D. The gift must be under $18,000. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. Your relative must have earned income to contribute to a Roth IRA. The age 59 and a half rule pertains to penalty-free withdrawals, not eligibility to contribute. You cannot co-own an IRA, and the $18,000 limit is related to the annual gift tax exclusion, not IRA eligibility. Second quiz. If you keep assets in your own name to maintain control, what must you update to ensure they eventually receive the funds? Option A. Homeowner's insurance policy. Option B. Will, trust, or beneficiary designations. Option C. Credit card terms. Option D. Social media settings. You may pause the video now to consider your answer. We will cover the solution in the next section. The correct answer is B. When you retain ownership of the assets, you must update your will, trust, or beneficiary designations to ensure that those funds transfer to your relative as intended. Payable on death or transfer on death designations can also streamline the process. Remember these essentials. Gifting trades control for simplicity. Roth IRAs can be highly beneficial if the recipient has earned income. If you want control, keep assets in your name and update your estate documents. For routine monthly support, formal trusts are often more complex than necessary. Finally, consult qualified professionals before contributing to avoid tax or legal pitfalls. To summarize, decide between gifting now or keeping control. If you gift, verify earned income and aim for Roth IRA contributions. If you keep control, earmark assets and update estate documents to ensure proper transfer. Avoid unnecessary complexity by reserving trusts for cases that clearly warrant them. Above all, seek professional advice to avoid tax traps and to optimize your approach. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please like the video, share it with someone who is supporting a family member, and subscribe for more practical financial planning guides. What is your biggest challenge when choosing between gifting and control? Let us know in the comments.